landings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too big. So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm doing really good here. We're gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of legal thing on this girl here that let's see, zooming in. Okay. Anyway, before we get started, as you heard, Dink DeMoss, I guess they said, filing a lawsuit against a Lyft driver. He refused to pick her up because basically she's just too big. So, before I begin, I can't find my big whiteboard, but anyway, this is going to be an educational guess. I am not going to go out and research the law because I don't have the time for it, so I'm going to do this on top of my head. So, anyway, well, I listened to part of it, the news a little bit. I saw a little bit of the attorney papers here and stuff like that. I'm not going to go in detail. I'll do this very basically. I guess she's got two attorneys. Okay. As far as discrimination goes, that is on weight. I believe that's only on 2 states. I think that is Michigan and Iowa. Again, I'm not going to go out and look at it. Other than that, other states can discriminate with the exception of this. If I remember right, it's discriminatory to discriminate against someone's weight based on their age, because when they hit like 40 and over, you know, you start falling apart. Like me, I gained a little bit of weight. I'm not super fat, but I gotta start losing it. That's the only thing. Fat could be tied to age. But in her case, she looks like a young girl. Supposedly, she's a rapper of some sort down there in Detroit. From what I understand, what happened was she ordered a Lyft car, okay? The Lyft car came, it was a driver. By the way, I don't know if the Lyft driver got fired or not, but we'll go over that in a little bit. Supposedly she ordered a Lyft car. The guy came and was gonna pick her up. He saw that she's very enormous. And I guess supposedly, or it sounded like he said on the radio, sorry, I can't take you because you're too big. She kept arguing with them, and I guess supposedly she has a video or something. I haven't watched it. But I guess he said to her that, you know, you're going to have to order an extra large car, and you're going to flatten my tires because you're large weight. Despite people thinking that's funny or whatever, actually I'm going to tell you that what he is stating is true. I do not know what kind of car he's driving. I guess it was a small one, and I am going to explain why. That what he did was actually good, because you got a lot of these fake attorneys on here, and I should be able to be right on the spot when she takes us to court, because she's suing Lyft. As a large person, going into a small car like that is a safety hazard, okay? Safety always overrides discrimination. So it's not equal. And as you see here, I got on the board. Never, you can't sacrifice it. The lady is, I believe, is like, I think they said, some people said she's 500 to 650 pounds. Okay? In a small car like that, you have what's called towing capacity weight and cargo weight. Okay? Cargo weight is basically anything and everything that's inside your car. Towing is what you tow behind it with the wheels. I'm going to tell you, with the small car that he has, I don't know what kind it is, if he does have a small one. That is way too much weight for that car and his. And could his tires go flat? Absolutely. It depends on the age and stuff like that. Small cars can't take a lot of weight. When you got a enormous person like this, and this is just her, not including the guy and the gas and stuff, what happens is it becomes a very serious safety issue. Your brakes could fail or may not stop the car properly. Your engine, I'm assuming he's got a 4-cylinder or something, it's going to take longer to accelerate. It's a lot of too much weight on your shocks, your steering, you know, your tires, because your tires can only hold so much weight. In small cars, again, I didn't research what kind of car he has. Those things can't hold that much weight. Like my SUV out there I got is a 4-cylinder. I brought home a pinball machine, and between me and that pinball machine, because I'm a pretty big guy, muscular, it's about a little over 500 pounds, and I had to take my time because it took a little longer for my car to stop and stuff, and I didn't want to burn up my brakes. So what the issue is on it is safety, and here's what could happen. If he allowed her in the car, so say like they get into an accident, okay, with that large amount of woman, with that much weight, she could very easily break the seats or the seatbelt and something, end up getting very severely crushed, hurt, because of the amount of space and amount of weight. So if she went into that car, if the Lyft driver gets into an accident, she's going to end up suing she's going to end up suing that Lyft driver. And I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Because what she's going to say is this. Okay, the accident, she sues, gets in a crash, you know, they get in a crash. She's going to say, well, you probably shouldn't take me. You knew that was a safety hazard. And that's the thing here today. So what is my answer on this? I think the courts are going to end up dismissing it because of 2 reasons. Number one, if that's a small car, and I haven't seen it, and I did hear the news report said, can you fit in a small car? He does have the legal right to refuse it. And number 2 is, guess what? They're suing Lyft. Let me write this down. I think they said Lyft, right? Let's read it together. Lyft did not deny her service. It's against Michigan law, and I think Iowa to deny someone, of course, unless if it's age and that, you know, it's tied to weight. It's hard to explain that. They do have the right to deny service if it's safety, if she's being rowdy, drunk, or something like that. As far as weight goes, as I say, Lyft did not deny her the service. They just denied her the car. For an example, if you go to, you know, an amusement park, or she does, a lot of the rides, they won't put her on a lot of rides because of her weight. It's a safety issue. Does that mean there's discriminating against her? No, it's a safety issue. We'll talk about rides here in Michigan. They won't, a lot of those rides can't handle her weight or the safety stuff. They do have that right. So what I see happening is, because Lyft didn't deny it, they just denied her the car. Let me write that down so people can see that. Okay, they denied her the car, not the service. The lawsuit's going to be dropped. That's what I see. And I saw her fall on that stage. That's just, you know, well, the other thing too is I'm wondering if it could be some type of medical thing as well. I'm not sure with her obesity, because you got to remember, there's been people as big as her that they actually had to haul in back of a pickup truck. They had to pound. There's people like her that they had to rip the side of a wall of a house and pick dead big people up like her with the high-low and stuff like that, because they're just too enormous. I think what it is, well, I think it's just a shame, and I think it's kind of stupid her suing that guy, which we'll get into the second part. The Lyft driver supposedly got fired. I don't know that. Okay, so we'll talk about that right now. Sorry about my handwriting, because my hands is messed up from the accident. I don't have confirmation of this, nor do I care if he did or didn't. Let's just suppose he did. Well, the Lyft driver could actually file a lawsuit against Lyft. Why is that? Well, first of all, here's the problems. He's got the right to refuse something if it's his safety at risk. He has that right. You know, if you feel it's going to harm you or hurt you or something, he's got the right to refuse a service or refuse to do something. The second thing that's in question is when he refused her, which I don't know too much about, is this becomes a really good question here. I don't know where my bigger whiteboard is, and over there my PlayStation's down. If you could see here, it's his personal car. It's not the company's. You know, he pays for the car and the damages and stuff like that. I don't think Lyft does it. You know, it's his own personal vehicle, and you know, when you get a large amount of women in there, you know, like I said, that becomes very serious. So I think the Lyft driver could file a lawsuit to get his job back or damages, because like I said again, he has the right to refuse, because not so much the weight, but it's a safety hazard. She's just too large and too heavy. Top of that, I mean, he is working for Lyft, but the other question that comes into play is that is his personal car. So what I think is going to happen is a couple things. When you get lawsuits like this, is, we'll write it down. As I said, I think with the Dink DeMoss, they're going to dismiss the case. They might settle out of court, and the reason being is the company don't want the drama or the boycott or harassment. I don't think anyone's going to boycott the company. Usually companies want to settle out of court because they just want to get it done and over with, and you know, they'll probably tell her, don't order any of our Lyft no more. Here's your money, here's the agreement. You got to remember, people think that when they settle out of court, that means they're guilty. It doesn't mean that at all. Some companies, you know, get your money, get out of here, get out of our face, don't call us anymore. I've seen a lot of that. Sometimes too, you know, they're probably afraid it's going to go in front of a jury, and they could, you know, award the woman millions and trillions of dollars. And, you know, they don't want to go through that long process. But from what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking, I think Lyft is going to go ahead and go to court with their attorneys and get this dismissed, because I don't see any discrimination here. All I see was they refused her a small car, which is their right. They did not refuse her service, and she is a safety hazard for that small car, because that small car can't take that much weight. Because just me hauling my pinball machine home was more than enough for me. So that's all I got to say legally. We'll see what happens here. So everybody, I hope you guys take care. I'm just been really busy on the videos and working and stuff. And on top of that, I'm kind of lifting weights. I gotta get my gut down a little bit. It's a little too big here. Not fat or anything, just been overeating. It's just harder when you get older and stuff like that, and busy. So that's all I got to say. So look for it to be dismissed out of court. I wouldn't be surprised, and have a good night.
Getting dressed to get cute when the phone rings twice. You see this car, it wasn't nice. My mom called car, she like